Hey guys, it's Jacqueline from Homeschool Hangout by Nerd Family. And today we're going to talk about, is it too late to start homeschooling in California? And what do I do first? If you like these kind of California specific subjects and videos, please do me a favor, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment, join me on Homeschool Hangout by Nerd Family on the Facebook group, and let's get into it. So no, it's not too late to start homeschooling in California. I don't care what day you're watching this, it's not too late to start homeschooling in California. It just isn't. Now, what you need to do next is the big question, I think. I know I have other videos talking about not filing your PSA before October 1st, and that the PSA is officially open and it's for returning homeschoolers from October 1st to October 15th. Here's where a lot of things get fiddly. What it is the PSA for the school year. So like right now we're in 2020-2021 school year when I'm filming this, didn't become available until October 1st. So that means if you decided to not send your child back in September of 2020, you didn't have paperwork for the school year until October 1st. Now, it doesn't hurt to file a PSA prior to October 1st because your kid's not going to school in September. But according to the emails I've gotten from the private school affidavit people from the California Department of Education, you should simply be able to tell the school, the new affidavit starts October 1st, and I'll file it then. But they say if you just want to get them off your back, go ahead and file it. But for anyone else at any date, if you are pulling your child out of an active school year, you need to file your PSA before you do it. Timing wise, what I usually recommend is I get a lot of messages and emails on Sunday nights going, I want to pull my kid out tomorrow. What do I do? I'm like, file it tonight, pull them out tomorrow. That's it. And what does that mean to pull them out? You need to communicate with your school. I recommend either letter or email, your choice. Keep a copy if you send a paper letter. But basically saying, I'm transferring my student to school X, whatever you named it in your PSA. And then in that letter, you include if you want a copy of their records. That's it. You're done. You don't have to wait for them to approve it. You don't have to wait for them to say cool. Same thing goes for when you submit your PSA. There's no approval given. You are a school because you say you're a school. Just like you didn't get approval to be a parent, you don't have to wait for approval to pull them out of school. And so if a school gives you any grief after you've done that and said, we need a copy of your affidavit, we need a copy of your curriculum list, we need whatever. No. But just say it with me. It's empowering. No. The California Department of Education has provided all public schools a PSA lookup tool. They can put the name of your private school in their little thing. And this is whether or not you're attending a school that is filed with a bunch of people or just yourself. They can put it in and see if it's a legitimate school. Your students' names is not on the affidavit. Your names are not on your public school's affidavit. They're not. Until they want to get money. That's where your names are associated because of student privacy. Matter of fact, if for any reason anyone ever asked to see your records, it would just show how many students you really had. It wouldn't show anything else. So if they're asking any other questions, because that really seemed to happen this last year in the COVID shutdown, schools start asking for ridiculous things and telling people they couldn't homeschool until then. It's like, no. There's a lookup tool. I filed my paperwork. If you want to contest it, you can go look up my paperwork online. Now, the records question. I get asked about, do I need to have records? Do I need to get the records? Where are the pretzel monies? Sorry, that's The Simpsons. That's up to you. And when I say that, I mean, other than your keepsake report card, where is your third grade report card? What grade did you get in third grade now? If you're like me, I don't have any of it. That permanent record often doesn't kick in until junior high or high school. And when I say permanent record, I mean Cody fingers. If you know next year you're going to want to send them somewhere else, go ahead and get them. But you don't need it. Now, if I was pulling out a high schooler midway in high school, I would get a transcript from the school so that way it can pair with the transcript I'm going to create for the rest of high school. But much beyond that, it's completely up to you. Now, if your school pushes back, and I say this because I've gotten a call from a friend going, they say that I'm not a real school. I don't get a school record. Well, any public school that accepts federal money has to provide you with a complete copy of their student record. And what do I mean by that? Everything. Disciplinary action, snotty notes, whatever they put in that magical folder in that filing cabinet that they threaten elementary school children with being around them for the rest of their life, it'll go in your permanent record. Anything they have to legally provide it to you, not as a school, as a parent. Now, as a school, they have to provide it to you for free. But if you don't want to get into that, under FERPA, which is a federal records deal, they can ask you to cover any kind of copying costs or something like that. Not necessarily people's time, but any costs associated with it. How far down you want to go in that fight is really up to you. I've homeschooled my children from day one, and I never started keeping any kind of records till high school. And even those are really scant, as in I have a list of classes they have and their grades. I don't even keep a time like, oh, you took this in 9th grade or you took this in 10th grade. I just have a list of high school classes. So however much of that you want is up to you. But as a parent, you have a legal right. And before FERPA was as big, when this friend came to me, I actually went to a county superintendent of schools. And I said, can you help? Because they're not seeing her as a legitimate school. And he says, it doesn't matter. She's a school. She's a parent. She has the right. They need to give it to her. And that did it. She literally went in, dropped his name because we all went to church together, and that was it. But I feel bad for people who don't have somebody like that in their pocket. Just know that you are the parent and you have that legal privilege. So, can you start homeschooling in California? Yes. I don't care what day you're watching this video. You can start today. You could file it in the morning and the minute you pull them out of school. Just so you know, there is no approval for your PSA. There is no approval for you to withdraw your student. There is no approval needed for any of it. And when I say that, I mean, when you move and you transfer your student, does the school give you permission to take your child to another school? No. The PSA specifically says all over it, this is not a permission or a licensing. You'll get a confirmation they received it, and that is it. Print a copy of it for your files. You have to keep that. I recommend highly that you watch my How to Homeschool in California and my PSA walkthrough, where I actually show you the screen for this year's PSA and walk through exactly what you need to do. I promise you've got this. Breathe, relax. You do not need to have curriculum in place. You do not need to have a schedule in place. You do not need to have anything in place in order to withdraw your children tomorrow, because no one's going to ask you, well, so what are they doing tomorrow? How much time are they spending on math? Because as a homeschooler in the state of California, it's what we like to call in our house a none ya comment. None ya business. I am a private school, and that is all there is to it. Please leave me a comment down below. If you are just starting this journey, let us know. Let us celebrate with you. Come join us over on the Facebook group. If you withdrew your children, and I would love to know your experience, because in reality, that helps me make better videos because I know the comments to address. And have a great and blessed day. Bye-bye.